Hey guys, this is SWTOR, and today we're going to be talking about the Tactics Vanguard. So jumping in really quickly, I will show my discipline later. I have all PvP gear and I think 2018 expertise, and I have 2 pieces of ranked gear on both of my main hand and my offhand. So coming in quickly to the middle, I want to get into a good position to attack right away. So I start up my rotation. Just kind of circling around, trying to be hard to hit. I break the stun so I can keep my hydraulic overrides on. Continuing DPS, I'm trying to stay on the fringes of the fighting to make use of my mid-range abilities. Put out a mortar volley for them because they're grouped up. Then jumping in again. Staying within, using my shoulder cannons to finish the guy off. Keep remembering to use your taunts. I think I forgot my... Right, oh, there you go. Alright, so keep remembering to use your taunts and jump to the healer to interrupt him. Attacking the other guys. Group stun there into a mortar volley. And stun to finish him off. He's keeping us all pretty good, so we were able to push them completely back and win mid, which is a very good start. So just in case, after every fight you should be always healing on all of your characters, but especially in this one, to build up your stacks for a better energy burst. So I get some of the orbs and head back to the pylon because it looks like there's 2 people over there. And remember, you want to jump right in to 1, just be a gap closer, and 2, start your DPS. So a couple good crits to finish him off. Looks like a tank, but that's alright. We can do pretty well against shadows. Again, they grouped up for a nice mortar volley. It's a pretty powerful attack for the spec because it gets buffed in our discipline. Beating him from range, and then 1, regaining energy, and 2, as I said, building up the stacks for the cell burst. Checking pylon again. I see one guy over here, and this is probably my favorite part for this video. I only see 1, so I'm like, alright, what the heck, I have all my cooldowns, I might be able to do a one-on-one with this character. Then quickly after I get 1 shadow, start up my rotation on him, I realize there's another shadow right behind me, so I know I'm in trouble. I pop my hydraulic overrides, all my shoulder cannons, my battle focus. I get distance away with my hydraulic overrides. I hold the line, hit him with a mortar volley into all of my group AoE, and I keep trying to get out of range, hold one guy to get him away into my melee abilities. I got stunned, but that's alright, we have good damage resistance while stunned. Did my group stun, hit him with some delayed damage, and then right now I hit him with my thermal detonator, my sticky grenade. I unfortunately get killed, but as you can see, my sticky grenade finishes him off. So against 2 burst specs, killing one of them in a surprise fight. I didn't know that was going to happen. So that was pretty good. I was happy to do that. I followed a pretty good rotation throughout and was able to separate him, so that's always good to see. I called out the 1 stealth that we didn't kill, but it looks like it was only 1 juggernaut. I don't know where the stealth went. So it looks like he's going off somewhere, and we have other help for the pylon, so I go back mid. Jumping right into my rotation. And then we finish him off, so I'm kind of sticking my head around the corner. Thought I saw stealth there, so I put the stealth scan, but then he's over here. I saw the damage, and so then I quickly put a stun and load up my burst a little bit. He pops his health back up again, which surprises me, so he lasts a little bit longer than I would think. If I'd known that, I might have gone for a more burst at the beginning versus delayed damage, but in either case, we got the kill. So just kind of staying at mid, looking around. getting ready for the next attack. I could bring energy back at this point, but looks like we have our pylon pretty much taken care of, so I keep checking out what's happening over on this side. I see a power tech, and so what the heck, I'll attack him. Jumping into my rotation. Got a pretty big burst right there, which is good. So, put up a stealth scan right there while I cap, so that stealthers will have a hard time getting me. The Vanguard, or no, not Vanguard, I'm sorry. The Guardian did a good job of trying to delay the other guy, but there was a stealther here, so it didn't matter. I'm popping in my little AoE just in case I can catch him, but it doesn't look like it. Stealth scan there just in case. I jump in, but then with my hydraulic overrides, I can get past. I group stun them both as they go by, and we're able to kill one of them by the energy because of that stun. So getting some distance inside the doors and making use of my 30-meter range abilities, so I can get a brief rest. And then I pull the power tech so he can't get away. And then shoulder cans to finish him off. It's also important for when you're doing your shoulder cans to not just use shoulder cans, because they're on their own little system, and so you should be able to keep doing your attacks while you're hitting your shoulder cans. And that's where you get the maximum bit of burst. So good 14k to finish him off. This class can get some really nice burst damage if you put all their debuffs on the target. So I see this guy here, I run up and go for my stun, and then jump on the other guy so he's delayed in attacking, and so we were able to cap, which is good. Just throwing up some damage right here on this power tech. Stun to finish him off so he can't get away. And then continuing my DPS on this guy. And just like before, I throw a couple attacks on him as I'm walking away so I can be in a better position to move back to mid quicker. Again, I see the power tech going, so I'm like, what the heck. Notice how I, instead of jumping in, I use my hold the line, and that's because I have two 30-meter range abilities in my first two spots of my rotation, so that way I don't waste a cooldown with the jump. I can DPS and close him down. So it's always good when you win a one-on-one fight against your same class, because it means you play the class better. Just pulled him away from the pylon just because I didn't want him capping or stunning or whatever, and then finishing him off. Again, healing right here, but it looks like the Guardian jumped in, so I didn't want to leave him hanging. Again, same thing, didn't jump in. If I didn't have to, I did my gap closer abilities. And then I saw the stealth right there, so I made sure to pop him out of stealth. Put him in a stun on him so he couldn't get his burst off. And then use my kiting abilities just to kind of stay a little bit ahead of him, and a little bit behind him as well. And as I'm walking, I still did a high impact bolt over the shoulder, so it's important to keep your DPS up even if you're going forward. And then jumping forward to get inside the doors, and then quickly getting out of pushback range. See the shadow right here, so I go up for him, try to pop him back out of stealth, but I missed him. This is a fairly one-sided game again, but I felt like this is shows how I do my rotation really well, because this is the first game where it all started just clicking for me. Also, you might be able to see that I'm doing my rotation and my just my different gap closers and pulls and everything a little bit better, which I thought was important. Jumping on this guy. Partially, you gotta credit the guild I'm running with. I'm running with the Republic Bowling League, which is pretty good guild on the server. So just it's really important when you're doing a one-on-one to miss his stuns. Notice how I missed his stun. and also to get behind him. He's not doing a very good job because it's harder for him to attack me. So I stunned him, threw a couple delayed damage on, and then continued my DPS. It kind of looks stupid if you think you're just running around the target, but the fact of the matter is that if you can get behind them, no matter how well geared, no matter how many set bonuses and things they have on them, you will be in better shape because they just can't attack you. So starting up my rotation on this guy, but then I switch onto the guy my teammate's attacking. So pretty good damage again. Still not as high as I'd like, but I'm not as well geared as my other characters, and some pretty good bursts and good situational awareness for a pretty good win. So thanks for watching, guys.